Welcome into Gamecocks Saturday night, or as my producer Austin says, Gamecocks Sunday morning. Thanks for staying up with us. What a day of football we've had here on ABC Columbia. Championship weekend, what a game we just saw. Duke winning the ACC, creating complete madness now for this college football playoffs. For the Gamecocks, playing at this stage of the year in this chaos, that was the goal. Starting off the season with a top 15 ranking and playoff hopes. After their win in Atlanta against Virginia Tech, it was all mostly downhill for South Carolina. Finishing 1-7 in SEC play despite having a fourth quarter chance in about 6 of those losses. Then a loss in the Palmetto Bowl to Clemson. Frustrating is an understatement for Shane Beamer, who says after that season opening win in Atlanta, he expected to be back there for the conference title game that was just played tonight.
I'm sick about the season that we just had. I'm pissed off that I'm not walking out of this press conference and going back down the hall to start getting ready for the SEC championship game. I've been having exit meetings all week with guys, and they've been extremely positive. They are adamant, just like I am, that we need to get the right guys in this locker room, and guys that may not be the right fit in that locker room, then they won't be here in 2026. And we're hard at work on getting the right people in the locker room and on that bus. It sucked going through this past season, but we will be so much better in 26 because of what we went through just now in 25.
And they went through some team changes in 25, the Gamecocks making 2 coaching changes mid-season. Offensive line coach Lonnie Teasley was fired, and then later offensive coordinator Mike Shula was fired. Well, the changes keep coming for the coaching staff. Shane Beamer firing running backs coach Markel Blackwell. Carolina had the second to last rushing attack in the SEC. Blackwell spent 2 seasons on the coaching staff. Now South Carolina has those 3 key offensive vacancies to fill: OC, O-line, and now running backs coach. The good news, it was a big week for the Gamecocks on the recruiting front as the early signing period opened Wednesday, closed Friday. 4-star quarterback Landon Duckworth officially signed to play for the Gamecocks. The commitment comes after the new LSU head coach Lane Kiffin and those Tigers, they made a hard push to flip him, but Duckworth, the number 10 QB in the nation, he is staying here with South Carolina for the class of 2026. And 4-star edge rusher Julian Walker, he flipped from Michigan to South Carolina in the 12th hour. Over at Dutch Fork High School Thursday morning with his family, teammates, and coaches on hand, Walker signed to play for South Carolina, where his dad is on the strength and conditioning staff. Walker, the longtime Michigan pledge, said at the end of the day, staying home to wear the garnet and black just felt right.
I believe that we can build here at Carolina. I believe it. I believe the guys that we're bringing in are the right guys to build it, and that's played a factor. And I'm ready to get to work. I'm ready to start building, and I'm ready to, show the state what this young class and this new class is ready to do.
All your best players will be leaders, but that's not always the case. It says a lot to his character that he wants to go in there and be the guy front and center. He's the homegrown boy, he's the local boy, he's coming in. He knows exactly how South Carolina works because he's been over there and he knows what they need. So I think he'll step up, he'll be front and center just from day one.
Yeah, and he had a big night tonight. We'll get to that later. But South Carolina lands themselves a top 15 recruiting class, according to On3. The Gamecocks landed 15 commits, 10 of which being 4-star prospects. Let's go up to Tiger Town with Clemson, who will be going bowling this year. After an impressive win against South Carolina in the Palmetto Bowl, the Tigers finished the season 7-5 and bowl eligible. It was a disappointing start to the season for Clemson, 1-3 after coming in with national championship aspirations. But the Tigers, they found a way to battle back, winning a close one up in Louisville as part of a 4-game win streak to end the season. They will find out tomorrow who and where their bowl game will be. I'm hearing rumors that it's the Pinstripe Bowl up against Penn State. I would love that, but they keep their 20-year bowl game streak alive either way. And it was a solid national signing day for the Tigers as well. Clemson landing the 19th ranked class, according to On3. We can trust those guys, hopefully. 20 total commits, half of them being 4 stars. For Dabo Sweeney, he says this class is special and reminds him of Clemson's 2010 class.
These guys stuck with us in the midst of the worst season we've had in 15 years around here. That says a lot about who they are, because there's not one person in this signing class that somebody didn't try to talk out of coming to Clemson, that somebody didn't talk negative about Clemson. Why are you doing, especially, the noise when it's deafening. But this group of young men and their families stuck with Clemson. And I can't say enough about what that says about who they are.
Clemson with one final ride with this current team, and then a lot of on-field changes coming next season. All right, let's take our first time out here of Gamecocks Saturday night. But coming up, we had another round of state championships over in Orangeburg. Highlights from Dutch Fork's quest for a 4th straight title coming up next. Welcome back to Gamecocks Saturday night. Let's talk about the class of South Carolina high school football, Dutch Fork. Back in the state championship game, going for their 4th straight title, taking on Somerville in a rematch of last year's title game. The Dutch Fork defense flexing its muscles early. This ball is broken up and it just lands basically in the lap of Kareem Dupree. An interception for Dutch Fork. That's a great start for them on the defensive side of the ball. Let's go to the offense. It's Jackson Knotts to Kai Fulton. Touchdown, Silver Foxes. Dutch Fork strikes first. They go up 7-0 in this championship game. Well, how about another crazy interception also for Dupree? Another one that's broken up and that kind of hangs right by him. Keeps the feet in bounds. As a nice little return there. The defense and Dupree making it happen. Dutch Fork on a roll. Quarterback Jackson Knotts hits Wyatt Warner, put the Silver Foxes up 14-0. And Dutch Fork, it was close at halftime, but they pour it on in the second half. And long story short, they win their 4th straight state title, 40-20, a phenomenal run by Tom Knotts and company.
Now that makes it special. But right now I got 75 sons over there, so it does make it special playing with your son out here. But I'm a year-to-year guy, and they're all special. Every Friday night is special for me.
Yeah, he can't avoid that Gatorade bath right there. 10th title in program history for the Silver Foxes, and all of them happening in the last 13 years. Just pure, utter domination from Tom Knotts and his Silver Fox teams. Earlier in the day, Strom Thurmond in the 1A state championship facing Hampton County. First quarter, quarterback Brashawn Lee gives it to Deontay Phillips, finds a hole, is getting chased down, runs along the sideline for 25 yards to the pylon. He's in. Rebels on the board, 6-0. Second quarter, Lee with a deep toss, this time looking for Caleb Simpkins, and no one can get him. 66-yard touchdown, Rebels up 12-zip. Still second, the Lee and Phillips connection at it again from the 4. Another touchdown. Hurricanes get lucky with a touchdown at the end of the quarter. Going into the third, it's 18-7 Rebels. Lee tosses to Shaw Williams, and look at this catch. Manages to get a hand down in the end zone. What a touchdown grab, and that'll do it. The Rebels are 1A champions with a final score of 26-7.
All this right here, glory goes to God. He's had his hand in all it is. He's brought us all here together. I'm so proud of these guys, man. It's unreal feeling. Every chance I've had to brag on this group of seniors, I've done it. They're our best players, they're our best leaders, they're our best people. They have led us since last November. They've done an outstanding job. They take pride in playing Rebel football, and they love each other, and I'm proud.
Strom Thurmond's first state title since 1967. A lot of records since the 60s being broken today. Congrats to the Rebels. Speaking of records, Newberry College having a record-setting season. They competed in the D2 Regional Championship today against Albany State. And get this, they started the game down 21-3 after the first quarter, but these Wolves do not quit. down 21-10 late in the second. Will Young, he will run it in for a touchdown. Now it's 21-17. Here comes Newberry. Then, with time expiring in the first half, the Wolves block a field goal. Devron Williams picks it up and runs it back 26 yards for a touchdown. Remarkable. Newberry somehow leading at the half 24-21. Let's go third quarter. Quez Spells gets the ball, and he is not going down. The junior stays on his feet and runs it 34 yards for a Wolves touchdown. They're up 31-21. The Newberry defense holds on late, and somehow, someway, Newberry wins it 31-24. It's the 12th win of the season, the most in school history. It's their 8th comeback win, and now a trip to the D2 semifinals for the first time in program history. They get to play top seed Ferris State coming up next week. Congratulations to them. Let's take another short break, but coming up next, as we all saw, it was a great conference championship Saturday. We'll recap those games and what it means for the playoff up next. Welcome back. It is Championship Saturday, or I guess it was, now it's Selection Sunday. But let's rewind and start in Atlanta for the SEC Championship between Georgia and Bama. Midway through the first quarter, no score yet. Alabama having a punt on 4th and 9 from their own 21. Georgia gets after it, blocks the punt. UGA recovers the ball and will be set up at the 21-yard line. A few plays later, it's Gunner Stockton faking the handoff, rolls right. Roderick Robinson, the second easy touchdown. Bulldogs on the board first, 7-zip. Ensuing Alabama possession, 3rd and 6. Ty Simpson trying to get the first down, but he is picked off by Dalen Everett. He returns into Alabama territory. Second quarter now, Georgia driving. 3rd and goal from the 5. Stockton connects with Dylan Bell in the end zone. His second TD pass of the day for Stockton. 14-0 Dogs at half. Early third, same score. Georgia 2nd and goal from the 9. Nate Frazier takes the handoff. Frazier goes untouched into the end zone. Georgia piling it on now, 21-zip. Bama scores to make it 21-7, but here is Stockton to Zachariah Branch on the screen. Branch blocks, racing, touchdown. Georgia dominating Alabama, winning 28-7, getting the monkey off their back, winning their 16th SEC championship. Let's go to the Big Ten. Number 1, Ohio State. Number 2, Indiana. This one was a defensive showdown. Indiana making the first big play. Lewis Moore intercepting Julian Saying. Hoosiers settle for a field goal. The Buckeyes answer back. 2nd and goal. Julian Saying buys some time, finds Carnell Tate wide open in the end zone. First touchdown of the game. Ohio State on top 10-3. Buckeyes leading 10-6 at halftime. Let's go third quarter. Indiana driving. Fernando Mendoza looks to the end zone for Elijah Surratt, and he's got him. Touchdown Hoosiers, and Indiana takes the lead 13-10. Let's go fourth quarter. Ohio State with a 4th down and 1 at the 9-yard line. They try to tie it with a field goal, but it's wide left. Jaden Fielding misses the kick. Indiana gets the ball back up 3 with less than 3 left, and the Hoosier defense holding firm. Indiana taking down Ohio State 13-10, winning their first Big Ten championship since 1967. My goodness. Let's go to the Big 12 championship in Dallas, Texas, between Texas Tech and BYU. Second quarter, BYU up 7-0, but Baron Morton throws deep from the 33, caught by Coy Eakin, who falls into the end zone. Refs mark him at the 1, but hold up, check the tape. After review, it is a touchdown, 10-7 Raiders. By halftime, it's 7-13, Texas Tech in the lead. Third quarter, after a turnover, it's Cameron Dickey, who easily runs the 11 yards to make it 19-7. Tech goes for 2. Morton to Terrence Carter, practically skipping in. 21-7, Texas Tech. Fourth quarter, Coy Eakin, he's going to do it again. 28-yard run, this one sealing it. Raiders winning the Big 12 championship, 34-7. And now to the chaos game, the one we all stayed up for, the ACC championship between Virginia and Duke. First quarter, Jeremiah Hasley with the catch, shaking off a defender, and he's in for the 12-yard touchdown, 7-0 Duke. Second quarter, we've got a tied game. Nate Shepard, the scramble, he breaks free, stays on his feet for a 16-yard score, 14-7, Duke back on top. Duke was leading 20-13 with less than 2 minutes left, but here comes Virginia, driving all the way down the field, ending with this touchdown to Eli Wood. Chandler Morris finds his wide receiver to tie the game. Unbelievable stuff. We go to overtime. Duke on 4th and goal. It's Darian Mensah finding Jeremiah Hasley. Touchdown Duke. They're up 27-20. Virginia's turn in OT. They try a trick play, but it's intercepted by Luke Murgott. Duke, unreal, winning its first ACC Conference Championship game, creating all the chaos in the world. And now it's in the committee's hands how all this shakes out. But what a conference championship day it was. All right, let's take a timeout. I need some water. Coming up next, we recap the latest Gamecock Hoops games. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Gamecock Monday Morning. The Gamecock men's basketball team back in action at CLA. Let's talk some hoops. South Carolina coming off the loss to Virginia Tech, facing Stetson. Elijah Strong, feeling it early, hits this three-pointer. That was back-to-back triples for him. 12 points in this one for Strong. Gamecocks up 18-9. Eli Ellis now showing off the footwork. The freshman with a couple of fakes under the basket before dropping in the lefty layup. 9 points and 4 assists for Ellis, 27-21. Michi Johnson gets the ball down low to Miles Studi. First game back after missing some time with an injury. Gets the left-handed layup to go. They're up 33-21. The Gamecock defense comes up with a steal. Look-ahead pass to Mike Sharon Johnson. He slams it home. 9 points and 7 boards for Mongolian Mike. Gamecocks extending the lead to 37-23. And then there's Michi Johnson doing what he does, drills the three. Johnson led all scorers with 17 points, didn't miss a shot, 5 for 5 from the field, 2 for 2 from 3, and 5 of 5 from the line. Gamecocks cruised to an 82-51 win, improved to 6-3. Week off for them, back at it against the Citadel next Saturday. And we've got women's hoops coming up tomorrow. All right, one final break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Gamecocks Saturday night. What a day of football it was. So many fun conference championship games. I know the Gamecocks would have liked to be included in today's action. Clemson finding out its bowl game tomorrow, along with the selection committee. And nobody cares, and you try to wrap up the show, but here's my official rankings. Indiana, Georgia, Ohio State, Texas Tech, Oregon, Ole Miss, A&M, Oklahoma, Miami, Notre Dame, Tulane, and JMU. That's what I have. It doesn't mean anything. Have a good night. Thank you for tuning in.